Good morning. It's Saturday, the 8th of May. Our top story is that the SNP's hopes of an outright majority in the Scottish Parliament still lie in the balance today.
Yes, with votes still being counted, the party needs another 26 seats to win total control. But two key targets of Dumbarton and Eastwood have been missed. With all the details, here's our Scotland editor, Sarah Smith.
At 7:30, we're going to talk to one of the SNP's victorious candidates, the Deputy First Minister, John Swinney.
Conversations continue, counting continues as well. Across England, more results are expected as well over the weekend, and Labour will be hoping for victories in the mayoral contests in London, Greater Manchester and the West Midlands after those bruising defeats yesterday.
Well, so far, the Conservatives have made significant gains, including taking Hartlepool from the opposition for the first time in more than 60 years. You saw that here on this programme yesterday. Now, the Prime Minister has called the results encouraging. Here's more from our political correspondent, Jessica Parker.
Well, in Wales, Labour are set to stay in power after matching their best ever Senedd election result by taking 30 of the 60 seats in the Welsh Parliament. First
Minister Mark Drakeford said his party had exceeded expectations after ending Friday just one seat short of a majority. Counting will continue today, as our Wales correspondent Thomas Morgan reports. There's been a surge of holiday bookings after 12 destinations, including Portugal, Gibraltar and Israel, were added to the government's so-called green list.
Yeah, it means that travellers returning to England from those countries will no longer have to self-isolate when they get back from the 17th of May. However, some travel firms have said this approach is overly cautious, as our business correspondent Katie Austin reports.
Police investigating the murder of community support officer Julia James say that they've identified the man whose picture had been shared yesterday as part of the investigation.
Julia died from significant head injuries while she was out walking her dog last month. Let's go live to...
Yeah, that's true. We need to hang on to it, don't we?
17 minutes past 6. Now, over the last year, millions of us have welcomed a four-legged friend into our families, all those lockdown puppies that attracted all that attention. But the demand for pets has then led to a rise in animal thefts.
Calls have been made for tougher laws, and now the government has set up a task force to tackle the growing issue. Dan Johnson has more.
I never realised that it was homes and gardens that most dogs are taken from, rather than you imagine it be, out on the road or in the park.
Someone I know who recently got a dog was also told, because lots of dog walkers, they all help each other, don't they? When they meet up in the parks or wherever they're walking, saying don't have too long a leash either when you're out walking, because the dog might snip the leash. Just be careful.
Yeah.
And don't take anyone's dog. What's wrong with you? It's 21 minutes past 6. It's time for the travel show with Adi Adapitan.
Hello there, good morning. You're watching Breakfast on Saturday morning with Naga Munchetty and John Kay.
Good morning to you. Just after 6:30. Now, thousands of votes are still being counted across Britain, with more results expected later. And in some cases, results will come through on Sunday and Monday.
There is no end to it. It just goes on and on and on. Plenty still to work through this morning. And Newsnight policy editor Lewis Good. .36, and it's time for some Saturday morning sport with Mike. Champions League final and where it's going to be held and where it's going to be held. There is one big Euro event which is definitely taking place in 2 weeks' time in Rotterdam. James Newman will be aiming to do what no one from the UK has managed to do for 25 years and win the Eurovision Song Contest for the United Kingdom. What are the chances?
Our track record.
You say that.
I haven't said anything. Our track record at the moment obviously isn't great. It hasn't been for recent years. The current title holder knows that it's not impossible, though. In 2019, Duncan Lawrence took home the top prize for the Netherlands after a 44-year wait. Peter Ruddock has more. The thing about Eurovision is you need so much enthusiasm for it. You've got to throw yourself into it, haven't you?
And there's your earworm for today. It's going to be round and round and round.
Yeah. Felt like doing that to you just when you started singing. Owain has...
We'll have the headlines at the top of the hour.
Now it's time for Click, though, with Spencer Kelly and Lara Lewington. Good morning. It's Saturday, the 8th of May. Our top story, the SNP's hopes of an outright majority in the Scottish Parliament still hang in the balance today.
Yes, with votes still being counted, the party needs another 26 seats to win total control. But two key targets of Dumbarton and Eastwood have been missed. Let's get all the details with our Scotland editor, Sarah Smith. It's 12 minutes past 7. Thanks for joining us this Saturday morning on Breakfast. We saw Thomas in Wales, in Cardiff, a few minutes ago.
He was delighted, wasn't he?
Where the rain was hammering down already, Owain. That's perfect weather for a dip. Bit of an outside swim, fancy that?
I really don't think that's what Lorna has in mind this morning. Lorna Gordon, our Scotland correspondent, is up there in Gurriam. But first, she's going to help us digest some election results this morning. Lorna, I'm saving you from taking a dip in the water because it does just look very, very cold, even though it's very, very beautiful there.